by calling in, texting or going online, and the very best of luck to you. Now, next up, there has been a lot in today's papers about the revelations from Andre Agassi, who has admitted... Agassi. There you go. Who has admitted that for a period in the 90s, whilst facing problems with his career and his relationship, he used the Class A drug crystal meth. And after testing positive for the substance, he went on to confess that not only did he escape the ban, but he also lied to the authorities, saying his drink had been spiked to do so. He says he's chosen to share his story so that others can learn from his mistakes. So, what do you think? Does this make us look at him in a different light? And was he right to fess up?
Do you know, I'm so disappointed in him. Yeah. You know, because he's a sportsman, he's out there on the court, and to me, if he's a drug related, in any shape or form have drugs in his system, then he's a cheat. And it's one of the top sports.
It's inhaling drug, though, isn't it?
You're still on drugs. If the drug, it's still going to alter the way you are. Any drug will do that. And I don't want to know. I'm sick of all the tabloids saying that drugs. Who cares? If you want to do things like that, do it in your own time, behind closed doors. I really don't want to know about it. I don't think it's big, and I don't think it's clever, and I'm so disappointed in him. I really am.
I know what you mean, but at the same time, he's writing his autobiography, and if that's part of his life, and he wants to write about it, it's his life, and he's entitled to do that. And I appreciate reading about people's life, not just the good side, but saying, I've done this in my life and it's a mistake. I also think what's positive, if there is anything positive to come out of it, yes, he's done it, but he stopped it, he came out of it, and he went on to be clean and successful and carried on. So which for people out there who maybe are drug addicts who think, I will never come off this and I will never improve my life, you can look at people like him and say, well, actually, you can.
But I think the problem with his confession is that he wasn't a drug addict. He is talking about the fact that he used this drug recreationally.
And he functioned.
And that is the most dangerous message you could put out about this particular drug, because it is instantly addictive and it ravages you. It hooks you in and sucks you dry, and there are whole towns in America hooked on this drug. Families, 3 generations, all, completely debilitated by it. And I think this sends out a message that says, well, you can do crystal meth and play tennis. You can't. No. It's not that straightforward. And that's what worries me about this confession, which is driven by, let's face it, the chance to sell a book.
Yeah. Well, that could be it. It could be that someone, he knew a lot of people knew about it, and if he'd left it out, he can't really win, can he? If he puts it in, people say, we don't really need to know about all of that. If he doesn't put it in, someone's going to come out and say, actually, he didn't put that bit in his autobiography, did he? So it is a dilemma when you write, the story of your life, what to put in, what to leave out. And I just think there's no point in doing it, really, unless you're going to put everything in there. And if it is part of his life, I'm not impressed at all. I'm like Jane, I'm horribly disappointed in him, because you just think, people like that, it's the last person you expect to be taking crystal meth, isn't it?
Absolutely. Why was he let off with it? Because even if he said he was spiked, well, that still doesn't make it okay to have that drug in your system. Well, just because you're a big money player and you're
but I have to say, the whole celebrity drug-taking culture, every day there's someone in the papers, a celebrity
My drugs help,
or celebrities that have been caught with it, and you think, oh, that's them finished, and they go on to have a bigger and better career. That's what we need to look at, because I think that's a terrible example, that a lot of these celebrities are thought of as cool and trendy, and yet the thing they seem to promote the most is the fact they're constantly caught taking cocaine or whatever, and no one seems to do anything about it. I thought there was a law against it. Surely then, if we're going to make an example, let's make an example of them to young kids, to say it's not cool, it's not big, it's not clever, and it's against the law.
Okay, well.